Hi guys! So today's a little different because I am going to be making a pork tenderloin. So this is something I don't make very often. My husband's the one who usually cooks meat in the house. I do once in a while, but it's more his thing. So he has already helped me out. Last night he took the pork tenderloin, he brined it in some water, salt, sugar, and pepper. I added some pepper for him. So he did that last night and it was sitting in the fridge. Today I'm going to show you guys how to take that pork tenderloin. We're going to season it, we're going to wrap it in bacon, we're going to put it on the smoker and on the barbecue, and then we're going to slice it up. Oh, and I'm going to show you guys how to make some apple chutney to go on top of it. So we have a lot to do today, so let's get going.
Okay, so as I said at the beginning of the video, I did brine this. Actually, my husband brined the pork tenderloins overnight for me. Now I am going to try my best not to butcher these and pull off as much of the silver skin as I can. So once that's done, and I know I did quite a hack job on these, but please be kind. You know, I don't do this very often. So I'm using something to bind the spices to the pork tenderloin, and for this I'm using Kewpie, which is a Japanese mayo, and it is absolutely delicious, and I much prefer it over using mustard. So I'm gonna put this Kewpie all over both sides of the pork tenderloin, and then we're gonna season it. Okay, so my husband got some new seasoning for Christmas. He got the Traeger Pork and Poultry Rub. It's an apple and honey spice, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna very, very heavily coat each of the pork tenderloins. Once it is well seasoned, then I'm going to take a pound of bacon and I'm gonna wrap each tenderloin in bacon. Once that's done, it's time to get the smoker ready. Okay, so to get the smoker ready, I am actually going to be following what my Traeger app tells me. So I'm going to be setting the smoker to 225 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to preheat for 15 minutes, and then once it's preheated, then I'm going to take the pork tenderloins, I'm going to put the probe into one of them and set that probe to reach 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the pork tenderloin reaches that temperature, then I'll know that it's cooked and I can take it off the smoker. So it says about 2.5 to 3 hours for this to smoke. All right, so while the pork is on the smoker, we're gonna get the apple chutney ready. So you're gonna start with 2 large apples. You're gonna peel them, you're gonna core them, then you're going to chop them all up, and then you're going to dice them. Once they're all diced, you're going to put them in a pot, set it aside. Next, you're going to grate up 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, put them both in the pot. You're going to chop up a half of a small onion, or a half a cup of onion, put that in your pot, mix it up, add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. You're also going to add a 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Put that on the stove and you're going to cook it down. Once it starts boiling, you're going to put the lid on it and you're just going to let it simmer on low, on a very low heat, for about a half hour or so. Just keep an eye on it. You're basically cooking it down so that it looks like applesauce, chunky applesauce. All right, so my probe has alerted me on my app telling me that the pork has now reached an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So according to Traeger, it's telling me that it's done, it's cooked, which it looks fantastic so far. So I'm gonna remove it from my smoker, put it on a pan, and I'm gonna get the barbecue ready. Okay, so I preheated my barbecue. I turned it down really, really low. And my thought process was to take the pork tenderloin, put it on the barbecue, give it a bit of a nice crispy outer edge and crisp up that bacon a little bit. Unfortunately, this happened. It all went up into flames. And this is why I don't do the barbecuing. My husband does, because I burn everything except for hot dogs.
All right, guys. So this was a bit of a fail for me, and this is exactly why I do not use the barbecue. It burns. Everything burns when I use the barbecue. Even though I heat it up and then I turn it nice and low, it always burns, goes up in flames. This is why my husband barbecues and not me. So instead of having a beautiful looking pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon, oh so beautiful, with just a nice char, I get this chunk of meat that looks like it has been mauled by a bear. I did my best. So all I can do now is taste it and see if it at least tastes good. It looks really well cooked. So I didn't burn it, but I also didn't get it to look exactly the way I wanted it to. So let's try a little bite. It is delicious. Oh my gosh. It is really, really good. I like the smokiness and I like all the seasonings on it. Next thing I'm gonna do is our apple chutney. So after cooking down for about half hour, 40 minutes, it looks almost like applesauce. So I'm gonna take a little bit of it and try it on a piece of the pork. Oh, hot. Oh my God. Ooh, that is so delicious. Even if I didn't get any bits of bacon on it, oh my God, amazing, amazing, delicious. I have a little pup here who is dying for a little bite because he loves this too. So, I love it. It turned out great. It does not look pretty and I'm disappointed in that, but not everything I make turns out pretty. This at least tastes amazing. And you know what? I learned something that I've always known. Don't use the barbecue because I suck at it. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching today and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give it a try or come up with your own. Let me know how it turns out for you. Do you have the same problem as me? Are you not allowed touching the barbecue? Because I know I'm really not allowed because I would burn stuff. But anyway, besides that, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. Thanks for watching today, guys.